Today is January 18, 2026. It is 5:21 a.m. I'm just continuing with my list because I had a lot of tweets to share with you. So let's go on X. First tweet. Okay, let's pause this. I'm in love with this video of Prince Harry and Meghan dancing and kissing. Watch till the end. It's 40 seconds. I'm pretty sure there's music. I should have listened to it before I started playing. Let's see here. Can't play it properly anyway, so I'm just gonna scroll to it. Okay, by now you probably have seen that video hundreds of times from other places, not on my channel because I cannot play it properly. YouTube will flag me. YouTube have been sniffing around my channel again. They flagged this video that was back in 2022 or 2023, trying to find things to mess my channel. Okay, so there was nothing wrong with it. All right, so I'm back on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. All right. I love it. Beautiful couple. Amazing how people are still so jealous of them. Jealousy and hatred never die. It turns to dust and decays the mind and heart of the said person or people that try to keep it alive. There's that. They're coming, showing their nonsense, their emojis, but they could easily avoid. Why does she think people want to see this? Okay. Why you here then? How many other successful happy couple do? Okay, I'm not gonna finish with it, but I'm gonna respond to the first two. Okay. Oh my God. So there's me here. She knows her fans. I'm sure she didn't put it for people like you. People like you who don't like her or all over her contents to complain. You can't help yourself. You shouldn't even be, okay, even with an N, be commenting under this post. Yet here you are complaining. You should learn to ignore and scroll. All right, let's black. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so this is a picture from the video. Oh, wow. Life is thriving for our lovebirds. Keep doing you trolls and British royal rats can deal with it. Credit for this video goes to Princess Elizabeth Diana. Don't be surprised. Sometime this week or maybe next week, they're going to start saying the other leftovers kids are doing something. Well, they may not have time to be copying Harry and Meghan lifestyle. You know how they do it. Because this week Harry has his lawsuit, and from what I've read, William, the Wells, might be going somewhere. Was it Scotland? I'm not sure the exact place, but away from London. Some crazy thing, putting those kids, in competition for no reason. They can't stand each other. What? Another no? Another no, it all a bit. There's the B word. Do you live with them to know they can't stand each other? Get a life and mind your own business, a-hole. All right, let's black that one. Not the one who responded, the one who commented. There's that. Oh my God, there they are. The Derangers are here. All right, let me pause and black some of them. Oh my goodness, I black a whole bunch. You see, this is her responding to the Derangers that I black. It's unbelievable. This is an innocent video. Very fun and loving video. Okay, all of a sudden, it got these people upset. Is that a review? Let me see. No, so there's a music in it. All right, Meghan and Stamel. Prince Harry and Meghan's 10-year love story and a never-ending honeymoon. What's special about this is it being filmed by the foot of their love, Princess Elizabeth Diana, and that she certainly witnesses the loving playfulness of her parents several times a day. How wonderful. Okay, this is the thing that majority well-minded people, okay, are getting out of this video. Yes, we see Harry and Meghan dancing and whatever. There's nothing inappropriate there. Two loving people consenting, dancing, and kissing each other. There's nothing inappropriate here. And their child, little bit, is filming it. That's what majority of, the Sussex squads see in it. Very innocent. Also, when those other people said that Harry and Meghan wants to go back to that royal cage of vipers from his DNA and the UK, I just have to scoff. This is video. Okay, this video is also a celebration of glorious, triumphant freedom and joy. Yeah. All right. So the video again, I'm not gonna play. Lily did learn a thing or two from the filming of With Love Meghan. You see, I said that too. When probably get a pointer from the I didn't say that in this video, the other one that I just finished recording, from professionals from With Love Meghan. Okay, oh my God, these people just black. Oh, you're so right. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God, there is something wrong with these people. Jealousy, envy, and they just don't know how to mind their own business. They just want to inflict pain. What is wrong with these people? I mean, before we probably then take this type of people seriously. Racism, those racists, seriously. This is why let me try to articulate my thought properly here. The world is getting dark, okay? Everywhere these people, those racists go, they create darkness, division, just pain everywhere they go. Because well-minded people never thought this type of thought process of being envy of something that you then put your energy, or you didn't do physically yourself, for people to feel this way, that this should be them or that is mine. I don't know how to articulate this because it's so freaking ridiculous and crazy. So because of the well-minded people, passive of these racists who took their thought process literally to the fullest, we let them, it's nothing, let them pass. It's because it just doesn't make sense to well-minded people. So while we, looking at them and say, it's nothing, let them be, whatever, but they're poisoning other minds, the minds that are empty, who just needed direction. They are poisoning those minds. This is what gets us where we are now. Well-minded people who's minding their own business, who want peace, prosperity, and all of that. When we come across some of these people, because our mind already solid, we know what's important in life. But when we come across those deranged stupidity of people, we just brush it off. Meanwhile, these people we keep on brushing off, and there are other minds that need direction. So they go and infiltrate those empty minds and spread their stupidity. This is what gets us where we are now, globally. We were too passive with these people, because at first I thought I got it. I was like, this is I usually share my opinion. But the more that I look into it, you see adults who have gone through life, who you thought would have understand. They've seen life and death. You would have thought they would understand. Everything that is on this earth is just temporary. Just live your life in a way where you are content. No, that's not the way these people live. You working your butt off to get what you want. Out of nowhere, these people who've done absolutely nothing, they want it. And they go to the extreme where they could kill for it. It is mind-boggling to me. This is something I never thought I would come across this. You know who I'm blaming that from? People like me, people like you who are well-minded. I am blaming us for this. Our ancestors who were too passive with these savages. If we had showed them a few examples how to leave us alone, they will never have gotten this far. We need to stop and turn around so we don't keep on running. Running is not the answer. We need to stop, turn around, and face them. Because these people are freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. All right. I'm sorry. I went off. This is where sometimes I say some stuff that went off script. Well, I never write anything for my videos where I don't know. I can pinpoint which video I said these things in. It's unbelievable. We need to stop running. Running is not the answer. Or moving away from these people. We need to face them. Because they keep on carrying it on over. They're teaching their kids to carry it over. Our great-grandkids will not be living in peace anymore. Because we keep on running and give them the passive thing. Look what they did to freaking Palestine. They took it away completely to the ground. These mindset, not only they are crazy, they never face any opposition to tell them, stop it. The people who were stopping it, they go in and divide them. When you look at world wars after Holocaust, it's America who sort of did its thing. It's because of black people. And then when they go places, they spread all misinformation about black people. But when the people they were giving those false information, when they encounter black American soldiers, that's what I'm thinking of, okay? They were scared, but yet the kind of things that the black soldiers showed them was compassion, understanding, give them food, shelter, and all of that. They were shocked. They never experienced things like this. These people are savages. They are savages. I told you, we are the last one. African American are the last one standing against these people. Well, Africa too, but they, oh my God, I need to stop. If I keep on going, I think the new generation of Africa, the entire continent, Black, Gen Z, and the African continent, all of the countries, I think they get it. Okay? But their grandparents did not serve them well. Because the passive aggressive thing was passing on. The Gen Z of Africans throughout the African continent gets it. They need to stop and face those barbaric mindset so our great grandkids could live a better life. Because the nonsense continue. It evolves. Technology evolves. They evolve along with it to pass on the negativity to their next generation. So we need to stop running and face them. Like I've said in past videos, certain generation need to sacrifice for the next one. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's get back to this. Imagine telling your sycophantic media to lie and cover for you by saying you hire a crisis manager to deal with the issue of Harry and Meghan. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are still performing their wedding dance in their garden in California, being filmed by their daughter. Again, I have no word for these people. Common sense, they don't live their true life, their true self. They look at others, they wish they have it. Meanwhile, they are living, they are breathing, they are talking, they could see, they could hear, they have their senses. They do not want to use it. Instead, they spend more time articulate, planting, and scheming to see how they could outmaneuver someone who's minding their own business. They're just baggage for God. I don't know. We all know the crisis manager will focus on the transition of Wank, William and Kate, as a couple through their separation and eventually divorce. It's so obvious. Okay, trying to use Harry and Meghan as cover for what's really going on, but they fell as per bullseye. Please let this be the year where shit hits the fan for the other royals. Exactly. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, my ranting went too too long of me trying to articulate the crazies. Okay, next tweet. You might, oh, did I put it twice? Yes, I did. I put it twice. Next one. Okay, let's pause. Get them some mental help ASAP. Look, two people loving each other is driving the Derangers so crazy. Well, they are saying that Meghan is lying, that Princess Lily, who turns 5 on June 4th, 2026, then filmed that. And their world, a 4-year-old who turns... the same video. I can't really play it, okay? I'm sorry. 5 on June 4th, 2026, can hold a mobile phone. Arch, their children, if they have any, must be as retarded as they are. LOL. Mentally, those people aren't in the same sane world as... That's what I was just saying. Well, as we normal individuals, I'm not even surprised that Kate and William attract those kinds of people because mentally, they are in the same world as their derangers. Okay, this is what I was saying. I didn't even know this was there. Love wins always with Harry and Meghan, and they are doing it their way. That takes tenacity and conviction. Hip hip hooray. There's a video here. And the Rangers consider it too erratic for a child to... What? There's nothing inappropriate that's going... As a matter of fact, this is the kind of thing I'll prefer a loving house with children experience. Alright, there's nothing erratic about that. They're fully clothing and everything. But that other couple's fake room, right where their kids sat, was sweet loving, that rolling in the grass will traumatize and scar their 3 children for life. They probably need therapy for multitude reasons, and one more reason now. Alright, troll complaints. Okay, so the squad listed what the Derangers are complaining. Troll complaints. 1. 4-year-old can't take such video. 2. Harry and Meghan are just acting for PR. 3. Dance is vulgar. Some have reported to IG and were encouraging others to do so. Really? Oh my god. These same people then have any problem with that cringe and vulgar see-free, okay, who's that? Carefree video posting by Wank. They are jealous. Yeah, that's all it is. They obviously don't know what a tripod with Glenball is. I've seen enough protesters who set one up, so it's steady. I'm not 100% sure. I think there are some apps that would keep the video steady. Let me look it up. Let's see. Okay, this is what I type on Google. Are there any apps for phones to keep video filming steady? Yes, absolutely. Many apps for both Android and iOS can stabilize shaky phone videos using built-in editing features or AI. Okay, so they have this kind of thing. Maybe they edited before. The thing is that Meghan already told us, okay? They do their thing, they live their life, and then, who knows? This thing probably was done months ago.
Didn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's 2 things here.
That's part of the deal.
2 things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right? Mm-hmm. And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me. Mm-hmm. That's sort of the flawed argument and this operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy. Mm-hmm. I think that's just a basic understanding.
And then they decided, okay, let me post this. This is cute. We enjoyed it. The kids saw it. They like it. They probably were making fun of their mom and dad and things like that. And then they enjoyed it. And then Meghan decided to share it. The kids are not in it. So they don't have to do major editing to black the kid's face while the video is moving. So there was nothing extraordinary about it. It's just them. They are the public figures. So they were like, oh, Harry, do you want me to post this? Is it okay to post it? Harry was like, I don't care. All right. So there, we got to see it. Okay. This probably was done long ago. Okay. The athletes who don't know what a tripod with gimbal is, I've seen enough protesters who set one up so it's steady. A gimbal is on a mechanism that keeps it steady if you move, button that will turn it so you don't have to, even while walking or running. No tripod, just a smartphone. The way the phone is moving up and down, right and left, indicates that a child, Princess Lily, is holding the phone. All right, 4-year-olds take better pictures than a boomer. Trust me, I know. I believe you. Those kids, they grew up in it. If you show them a flip phone, they probably would not even know. If you show them a rotary phone, they don't even know how to use that. So they grew up in these technologies. Why would Meghan lie about that? I don't know. Okay, makes no sense whatsoever. Furthermore, why are those people watching her? That's the point as well. Maybe that's because many 4-year-olds in the UK are still in nappies when they start reception class. You know, I don't want to say that. Okay, it's those Derangers. Don't bring the UK into that, because many of the Derangers will make the entire UK look stupid, but it's not. Okay? These people, when they're saying their stupidity, they think it's a good thing. All right, so I think I'm done with some of those tweets that's making reference to Harry and Meghan's dancing. I came across some other tweets and some TikTok videos and things like that. And the last one that I have has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. All right, so you told people Kamala was no different. You told them not to vote. Now ICE is everywhere and the US is playing empire. Be honest. Is this the future you were fighting for? Okay, so I didn't know it was about politics. Whenever I see him, I quickly put it. And I have another video that has to do with Chicago gangs. Okay, so
let's have a real talk. Because some of y'all spent an entire election cycle dragging Kamala like it was a full-time job. Memes, hot takes. Both sides are the same. Don't vote. She's just as bad. All of it. So now, I'm genuinely curious. Are you happy? Are you...
These were the foot soldiers who were doing the dirty work for the other people. When you're not in charge of your own destiny, you are leading others to direct you in any direction. Majority of the time, the direction they're leading you to are probably the direction you would not enjoy, you would not like. But the others who's directing you is, the direction they want you to go. You cannot leave it for others to do it for you. I mean, you could go back to some of my old videos. The thing that I was saying, I was like, we are at war before even Trump came into power, because the thing that I was seeing, it was right there in front of them. It's very sad to see many of these young people didn't see it. I even have thumbnails showing, look at the screen. I remember that thumbnails. What is it? How did I put it? I think that, let me see if I could find it. Okay, this video here, I have the cost of war without losing a single man. Okay, they were killing us. The paper, I don't remember what I said in that video, but that's the idea that I had in mind when for the thumbnails. Okay, we've been at war with these people. I was so surprised that many of them didn't see it. There's Murdoch and Wathermore, and this is what is it where they put the soldiers to rest in peace. Okay, they all dead, and then they all alive over here. All right. But anyway, let's continue with JTB. Yeah, those people, they don't get it. And if you go back to some of my old videos, especially on PYTE, I think that's when I was saying those things about the Black Panther Party. Okay? They would create them. They were the one who, all those social programs that we used to have, food stamp, meal for children and all of that, they were the one who created it for their community. And then the federal government took it and make it for everybody. And now Trump comes in and they're trying to eliminate it. I'm telling you, these people are evil. If they don't see people in pain, they don't feel good. This is what motivates them. Let's continue. I move it back again.
Love it. So now, I'm genuinely curious. Are you happy? Are you vibing with the ICE raids? Are you feeling fulfilled watching the US posture like it's about to annex half the globe? Are you proud of the chaos? The international embarrassment tour? Because we all know something. Kamala would not be doing this.
Yeah.
She would not be unleashing ICE like a horror movie villain. She wouldn't be flirting with imperial fever dreams about Venezuela or Greenland. That was never her brand. Never her politics. Never her lane. But you told everyone she was no different. You told people voting was pointless. You told your followers to sit it out. You made apathy sound revolutionary. And now here we are. So I'm asking in good faith, what part of this feels like a win? What part of the current state of the country feels like the moral high ground you were chasing? The economy jittery, immigrant communities terrified, America acting like it's in a bad reboot of a Cold War movie. Was this the vision? Because protest politics without a plan doesn't make you radical. It makes you a spectator. You didn't burn the system down. You just handed the keys to people who love using it to hurt others. So be honest. Look at the headlines. Look at the streets. Look at the fear, the mess, the global side-eye. Are you happy? And that's the read. This is the Notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
And this is something that I've said in the past as well. The U.S. never experienced war in its own homeland. They always go outside to instigate other people. Okay? They bring the war to other people, but America never experienced the war. And this is why I said, what we are going through, because so many Americans don't have empathy. I'm trying to think. Where did we go wrong? Because at some point they did. Majority of Americans did have empathy. But where did we go wrong where people's mind felt like they didn't care about others? I don't know. This is what happened with empty brains. They were empty and then those MAGAs, racists, fill it up with their BS. I don't understand. But at some point, I've said this so many times, in order for people to understand, they have to experience it. Because there have been multitude of time where African American prevent things from happening. So now, after all the trial, all the hard work we put to have Kamala in the office, immigrants who were running from whatever they were running from in their homeland, I don't know, some gays, Hispanics, and all of that, they thought they were better or anything like that. Meanwhile, they had a Trump presidency before, putting kids in cage. We saw a small portion of what we're seeing now during his first presidency. He wanted to do that since his first presidency. It's because there were well-minded Republicans who were following the rule of law, who were preventing him from doing it.
I'm Miles Taylor. I served as the Chief of Staff of the Department of Homeland Security under the Donald Trump administration. I would go into the office, I would read my intelligence brief, and then it was my job to help the Department of Homeland Security to keep our country safe. What we saw week in and week out, and for me after 2.5 years in that administration, was terrifying. We would go in to try to talk to him about a pressing national security issue, cyber attack terrorism threat. He wasn't interested in those things. To him, they weren't priorities. The president wanted to exploit the Department of Homeland Security for his own political purposes and to fuel his own agenda. The California wildfires. On a phone call with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, he told FEMA to cut off the money and to no longer give individual assistance to California. He told us to stop giving money to people whose houses had burned down from a wildfire because he was so rageful that people in the state of California didn't support him and that politically it wasn't a base for him. The policies at the border. He wanted to restart zero tolerance and separate families. He said he wanted to go further and have a deliberate policy of ripping children away from their parents to show those parents that they shouldn't come to the border in the first place. A lot of the time, the things he wanted to do not only were impossible, but in many cases illegal. He didn't want us to tell him it was illegal anymore because he knew that there were, and these were his words, he knew that he had magical authorities. He was one of the most unfocused and undisciplined senior executives I've ever encountered. I came away completely convinced based on firsthand experience that the president was ill-equipped and wouldn't become equipped to do his job effectively. And what's worse, was actively doing damage to our security. People who are still serving in this administration have said to me, just wait until the second term. It'll be no holds barred. It'll be shock and awe. We'll do what we want. Given what I've experienced in the administration, I have to support Joe Biden for president. And even though I'm not a Democrat, even though I disagree on key issues, I'm confident that Joe Biden will protect the country. And I'm confident he won't make the same mistakes as this president.
So they went back to the drawing board after he didn't win the 2020 election. Okay, back to the drawing board. How can we get back again? And then during his campaign, the only thing he was running on, the only thing, you guys could correct me because I try not to follow these things anymore, because if you go deep into it, it could make you depressed. Mostly on immigration. And I think occasionally he will say America first, and that's when the tariff things start popping up here and there. But he could never really go in full detail about anything else. And 2024 election was immigration. And there was a solution for it. But a lot of Republicans were for it. But the moment Trump says no, he's against it, that was it. And then the things that was happening in Venezuela were sending immigrants up north. Okay? All the things that you see happening, they arrest Venezuelan president and his wife and all of that, this is performative, okay? Pure performative. Because if they did not want him, they would have killed him the same way they did to the Haitian president, okay? This is all performative, giving an example for other countries who they want to bully. You see what we did to Venezuela? So don't put a fight with us. We could do the same thing. That's all it is. There might be some people, disposable bodies in Venezuela, they let go, okay, to get to the president, probably already give him the blueprint where to get him. It was just performative. This is why the UK wanted to make sure when the Guyana and Venezuela land dispute was happening, the UK sent its warship to make sure the United States, Biden at that time, to send any help. Okay? And then once they got their things settled, okay, they got their eggs in their basket, prepare the Venezuela president, get the memo, the plan of what they plan on doing, and then the UK left. You know how they remove themselves from that? By saying, oh, we're not going to share intelligence with the United States anymore, while Trump was doing its nonsense in the international waters. And then the UK said, we're not sharing intelligence with America. They're doing this. That's how the UK removed itself. But the UK is deeply involved. Okay? Deeply involved in the mess. If you've been listening to some of my videos, I don't have one specific video that explains everything. It's sporadically, like moment like this, when I start talking about things, and I will share my ideas with you of what I see is going on. It's sporadically in different videos. If you've been listening to all of my videos, you probably heard me saying. And now, like one of yesterday's videos, I said, it's a performative. All right, they're already telling St. Kitts and what's that other country? St. Kitts, either president or prime minister, to not take Haitians. So their next bullseye is Haiti. And then Dominican Republic is going to help them get to that point, whatever plan they have for Haiti. All right? And I hope Dominican Republic, the Dominicans, are paying attention, because they might think they're close to whiteness. If you see what racism have done in the United States, that woman who just left her kids orphanage, they don't care about you either. Okay? That's my message for Dominicans who think they're gonna be closer to whiteness, and to help those racists get to their goal. Why do they have problem with Haiti? Look at Haitian history. Haiti stopped France, UK, and some other places from getting to what they wanted. Just look at Haitian history. This is why they don't like Haitians. Okay, they're not done with Haiti. Even though occasionally I show you videos what's happening in Haiti, you see the individuals within their communities are doing their thing to move the country forward. They're not done with Haiti. The racists, the UK, France, America, they're not done with Haiti. We don't see it yet, and Dominican is helping them, putting Haitians in rooms and unsanitary and things like that. Now, some of you might say, oh, the Haitians should. Yes, I agree with you. They should stay in their homeland. But if they're killing them in their homeland, they're paying those brainless idiots, fill them with guns, killing them, burning their house. They probably don't know any other way. But they're not giving them any solution. But they're putting them in cages, treating them like animals. Okay, just keep that in mind. They're not done with Haiti. All right, so I listened to this. Let me read some. I'm not going to read all of that. I already passed an hour. Oh, no, I'm almost an hour. They were lying to themselves. They didn't want a black woman in charge, so they opted for the white male felon Foster. It was basically misogyny and racism. Well, this is where they got the entire country. We didn't say Kamala Harris was no different than Trump. We said that, like Trump. You could pause and read these, okay? Pause and read. All right, there's that. I don't know what they're saying, but there's that. I'm not going to spend too much time reading. Okay? There's that. All right, so there's all of that. Let me leave that alone. This is my last one. Okay, I passed. Oh, my God. I passed more than 30 minutes. All right, let me pause. Chicago gangs have declared a war on ICE. All right, so let's listen to this. 27 seconds. I think there's a music.
So the cartel is putting out hits on ICE members because all those names leaked. And Chicago gangs have declared war on ICE. That's what I'm talking about!
There's a music I have to turn. So the first portion of that video is probably true. In one of my videos, I did share with you that someone leaked the name of people who were on ICE, who are on ICE. And this is why I was telling you guys years ago, when Trump was going after the gangs, MS-13 and all of that. And I said, it's because when he sent his people in those neighborhoods, he did not want any resistance. Go back to some of my old videos. This is what I told you. Everything was playing out in front of us. When he's sending his ICE people to go within the neighborhoods to do those destructive type of things, arrest American citizens, okay, The very first thing that he did when he came into office is remove the gangs. And little at a time, he's eliminating different groups. And then when he wants to go after Americans, there's no more gangs. He removed the gangs. Go back to some of my old videos. Okay, everything was playing out right in front of us. And he was telling us to. It's just that many of us were not paying attention. And it wasn't affecting different groups of people. They didn't care because it wasn't them. All right? Okay? So there's that. While using algorithm to create hierarchy is betraying the very idea of freedom when a few accounts are systematically amplifying and the majority are buried. This is not democracy. It is technology monopoly. A true public square must let visibility be determined by the people, not by hiding weighting system. If must genuinely believe in freedom, he must remove algorithmic privilege and restore equal visibility to every ordinary voice. Thank you. In Chicago, the street have stopped asking for permission to exist. Yes, okay. All these other immigrants did not listen to African American. Okay, so they use the racism to divide us. The ones that got us Biden in 2020, the racists go right in the middle, divide all of it, and that's what happened. That's something I thought about. I don't want to say it, but let me leave it as that. So that's it. The last okay, prayer. This is the one now. The last video, the prayer that I said was a prayer for safety and protection. I read this in video 1. I'm gonna read the second one for this video. The Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness. Psalm 91, 4-6. All right, so that is it. My throat is dry. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Now I'm gonna put the video that I mentioned now, and then that's it. Thank you for watching. The video that I mentioned in the middle of this recording. There it is. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes, and she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. I wrote you a letter. I brought it.
Okay, that is amazing.
It's so good to finally meet you.
It's so great to meet you.
We'll this is, I got a big letter from him. Oh no.
I also have a letter from Seoul, who is Meghan Markle.
Oh yeah, in Brazil.
Yes.
Oh my
I have
God.
mine and hers, and then
I'll talk to you right after.
Okay.
We'll finish the interview.
That is so cool. That's actually like
sweet.
seriously
Aw.
using your outreach for good, to connect with people.
Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
Women's rights.
women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
Tanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.